NBA players always claim they can play in the NFL.
You think you could have went pro football?
Yeah, for sure. I told my buddies, I said, if I win a ring in the next 3 to 4 years,
you're not going to football.
I'm going to play football.
Meet me out there with one of those small little cornerbacks. Just throw it up.
What about if LeBron was in the league?
LeBron, you would got scrapped.
In this team right now, which players realistically could be in the NFL and why?
Me. Like, I'm very serious. I could probably take Demaryius Thomas' spot, Antonio Brown's spot.
He's an idiot. Jimmy's an idiot.
So what if every NFL team had to add an NBA player to their roster to see what NBA player can actually win the Super Bowl? Let's show you guys the NBA players and what team they're on. Of course, we're starting off with LeBron James. He's going to be the tight end for Cleveland. That makes Luka Doncic the new quarterback for Las Vegas. Steph Curry the quarterback for San Francisco. Giannis is the 6'11", 250-pound running back for the Bucks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to be catching passes from Pat Mahomes. Anthony Davis is in Dallas, so now he's with the Cowboys. KD played for the Supersonics, but now he's playing for the Seattle Seahawks. That means Devin Booker is going to be in Arizona. Wemby is going to be a receiver for the Texans. John Morant, the ball hogging free safety. Anthony Edwards, the running back, is going to be teaming up with Justin Jefferson on the Vikings. We're bringing back 2 all-time players, and Michael Jordan is obviously playing for Chicago. Kobe Bryant is going to be the other all-time player. He's in LA. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Jason Tatum, tight end for the Patriots. Philly is getting the 7', 280-pound monster at tight end. Ice Trey is the new quarterback in Atlanta. Kyrie is going back to New York with the Giants. Paulo Banchero staying in Florida. Cat is going to be on the Jets. Dame Time wearing the cheese head. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. His brother is going to be staying in Carolina. Kawhi goes from the Clippers to the Rams. 6'8" Paul George is going to be Lamar Jackson's newest weapon. 300-pound Zion Williamson is going to be the running back for New Orleans. The Steelers are getting speedster Tyrese Maxey. Pew, pew. Spidey Mitchell is going to be a Bengal. Brunson to Buffalo. Jokic obviously staying in Denver. He's going to be a D tackle. Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same place. If not, this is going to be really awkward. But we have Halliburton playing for the Colts. Jimmy Butler is going to get one more ride in Miami. A lot of people think Russ can play football. We're about to find out with the Commanders. Can Steph Curry make a super team with the 49ers? Can Jimmy turn things around with Miami, but this time on the Dolphins? Can LeBron James put the city of Cleveland on his back once again? There is a million storyline questions that need to be answered, but without further ado, let's simulate to the playoffs. Okay, the season is over. Let's take a look at the stats, and then we'll take a look at the playoff picture. Oh my gosh, Steph Curry might be the best quarterback of all time. 48 touchdowns and 4,700 yards. Luka Doncic, a fairly efficient year, 30 touchdowns, only 10 picks. Tyrese Halliburton threw 19 interceptions. Ice Trey with 41 touchdowns, but he did throw 18 interceptions. LaMelo with a very respectable season, 4,033 touchdowns. Anthony Edwards rushes for almost 1,500 yards, but MJ rushes for almost 1,700 yards. And then Kobe Bryant has almost 2,000 yards and 23 touchdowns. He averaged 113 yards per game, 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns for Giannis, 1,212 for Donovan Mitchell. D-Book had 1,208, 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns for Kyrie Irving. Hey, Himmy Jimmy backed up his stuff, 17 touchdowns, respect. Paulo Banchero, 15 and 17, 11 and 12 for Jalen Brunson. Even big boy Zion reaches the grand. 17 touchdowns for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Game time, Dame Time, 13 touchdowns. PG had 10 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. Maxey has 8 touchdowns. Kevin Durant has 8 touchdowns and 900 yards. Wembanyama has 11 touchdowns. Jason Tatum, 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. Joel Embiid, you're 7 foot, 280 pounds, and you could only get 4 touchdowns in the entire year? Man, I'm so disappointed in LeBron. Only 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. Like, that's a solid season, but like, you're supposed to be LeBron James. John Morant has 2 interceptions. Kawhi had 96 tackles, 5 TFLs, and 2 picks. Russell Westbrook also had 2 picks. Jokic had 12 and a half sacks. Karl Anthony Towns led the Jets in sacks. This Lions team was grabbing so many sacks.
What do you mean by that?
Cade Cunningham had 11 and a half of those. Without further ado, let's take a look at the playoff bracket. Jalen Brunson and Joel Embiid are going to get the first round buys. For the AFC side, we have Shai versus Jokic, Donovan Mitchell versus Kobe Bryant, and then Paulo Banchero versus Paul George. And on the NFC side, we have Cade Cunningham versus Michael Jordan, Steph Curry versus Anthony Davis, and lastly, LaMelo Ball versus Damian Lillard. This is how the rest of the teams did. You guys can slow it down and pause it if you want to see, but for those of you wondering, LeBron James could not carry Cleveland. Without further ado, let's simulate the wild card round. Shai gets eliminated by Jokic, and Jokic is going to be playing Jalen Brunson in the second round. Kobe Bryant is going to eliminate Donovan Mitchell, and then we're going to have Paul George eliminating Paulo Banchero, meaning Kobe versus Paul George in the divisional. In the NFC, Michael Jordan loses a thriller 45-38, but Cade Cunningham is going to move on. Damian Lillard gets the best of LaMelo Ball, so we're going to see Damian Lillard versus Cade Cunningham. Anthony Davis is going to take down Steph Curry, and he's going to be taking on Joel Embiid with a chance to go to the NFC Championship. Let's simulate to see which teams are going to make the AFC and NFC Championship game. Unfortunately, Kobe goes down 40 32-27. And Nikola Jokic also takes the L. He loses 28-24. And that means in the AFC Championship game, we have Jalen Brunson versus Paul George. Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid both also catch L's, meaning Cade Cunningham and Anthony Davis are going to meet up in the NFC Championship with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Let's hop into the AFC Championship game. Jalen Brunson versus Paul George. I feel like Jalen Brunson isn't a player that you think would be like crazy good in a video like this, but obviously Paul George is tall and he's balling out right now. 28-3. Buffalo looking to make a comeback. Jalen Brunson can't put any points on the board, and Paul George gets a 28-3 victory, and the Baltimore Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. Cade Cunningham versus Anthony Davis to see who's going to be taking on Paul George and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. We didn't put a lot of defensive players into this simulation, but obviously Anthony Davis and Cade Cunningham are both playing defense. We have an outside linebacker and a defensive end, but Cade Cunningham needs to score back. He's not going to be able to. It is a blowout, 22-3, and Anthony Davis is going to be taking on Paul George and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Anthony Davis versus Paul George in the Super Bowl. Anthony Davis plays defense and Paul George plays offense. They're literally going to be playing directly against each other. Podcast P versus AD, baby. Let's get it. The Super Bowl is underway. We get Paul George versus Anthony Davis. This is going to be a crazy, crazy game. Let me know who you guys are rooting for. Me personally, I definitely think I'm rooting for Paul George because I can't really root for Dallas. I'm a Celtics and Patriots fan. Anyways, though, Baltimore, they're up by 14 points. They're now up by 21 points. Dallas scoring back, and they are not going to be able to keep up. A 31-17 victory, and Anthony Davis is eliminated, meaning Paul George is the winner, and he has won the Super Bowl. He's 6'8". Obviously, in the red zone, he's going to be disgusting, and he's teaming up with Lamar Jackson. We definitely should have saw this one coming. I definitely wish the games were closer so we could have hopped in and saw more gameplay of the teams, but I do have a video where I put all the NBA players on the same team. I recorded this video months ago, but if you guys want to check it out, it's up there. If you guys want to see me do the opposite and take NFL players and put them into 2K and see how they can do, I can definitely make that video happen. So just let me know down below if you guys are interested in that or any other ideas you guys might have. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. Comment anything else you guys want to see. Till next time, peace.